G'day and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to replace the screen in my Rapt fridge. Show you how to do it. It said I'd had a warning half an hour ago. I did only decide though that the fridge was over 50 degrees. And now it's, well, you can see it's saying 130 something. G'day again. I found out I had a dodgy solder on my board and I needed a new one. So I got a new one and we're going to put it in. It's pretty easy. I mean, you know, be careful. These things are easy to break, but we'll get it in. I'll show you how to do it. It's not that hard. There's a little tab up here and that pops out. Get that out of the way. And there's a couple of screws they have to undo up here. One there and one there. And a couple under here, and then these will just slide off. Now I could show you more detail, but I mean, if you're not sure that how to just unscrew these things off with a couple of screws, you probably shouldn't be trying to change a screen. I'm you know, I'm not being a smart ass, but yeah. This bit here, the screen has another couple of screws. Again, they're under here. They're a little bit in front of where the other two were. I might show a picture. And once they're unscrewed, the screen will just slide down like that. Now do be careful because it is connected by wires, obviously. And one of them's already unplugged because I had it off earlier. That's how I know I need a new screen, obviously. My problem was that the connector for this lead, that's for the temperature probe, the surface weld or solder was a bit weak on one side. It was nearly non-existent. Just one of those things that happen in manufacturing sometimes. I was just unlucky, and it was working fine, and it just, you know, the vibrations must have made it finally come loose. It didn't just fall off. It was wobbly on one side, it'd come away, so I just gave it a little wobble. It just came off in my hands. So I'm replacing the board. It was sitting there. So it really is as simple as taking these plugs out. As usual with most of these electronics, only one plug will fit in the one hole, you know what I mean? You're not going to get them in the wrong hole. See, it was sitting up here, and that was a 2 hole, that's a 3 hole, and that's a 6 hole. You're not going to mess them up. You can't mess them up putting them back in the wrong spot. So I'll just undo these 4 screws and put the new screen in. Again, you don't need to see me do this. I'll do it off camera. It's just be easier. There's the last screw. I don't want to drop it. There we go. And that just simply comes away. New one goes in. We screw it in. There's the last screw in. There we go. And simply plug it back in. That is for the door. That's going to go over there, but these ones are in the way, so I'll plug in. It's going to go that way, so there's only one way they'll go. You'll see those 2 lines down that, and they go in those 2 slots at the back. You might not be able to see. Oh, I should have put that in last, as I just said. And there's the temp probe. Again, there's only one way they'll fit in. Don't force them if they're not going. You've probably got it in the wrong one. Make sure they're nicely seated. Slide it back up. Now, of course that's not screwed in yet, but before we screw it in, we can test it and see if it's working again. Now this won't be registered. I'll just quickly register it through my phone. If you don't know how to do it, well, you should know how to do it by now if you're replacing a screen. But you go into your internet, and there it is, connect to the Rapt. It'll be a different, yeah. I might just modify that to put a new password in. J 9 DW. Right, we're connected. Now I've got to add in our internet address. I've got to go and put the password in because I don't remember it. And we connected to the internet I want it to connect to. Now that'll switch off and go back to normal. So register your fridge by pressing the select button. Register device. And there's my code and my MAC address to go into the Rapt portal. Actually, they have I've got an app. I keep forgetting about their app. So add new device, fermentation chamber. Next, I have to put in the MAC address. Don't worry about the capitals either, because it'll come out capital on your phone, and that's fine. It's so, one of the reasons I think is so you don't mess up the zeros and O's. Name, this is HBN03. Chamber use, beer fermentation, and finish. Alright, so we're in, and it's not showing 130 degrees as it was before. So it's working again. Awesome, done. Put the 2 screws back in to hold the screen in. Then we'll add the rest of the front ones there for the screen. Hold that in place. That's that. That's the screen in place. Side panels just slide on like that. Another screw in the bottom there. I don't even have to look, it's pretty easy, you know. There it goes in there. There we go. And that just slides in at the front like that, and then push it down at the back. And it should just clip in. Yeah, I opened the garage door before because I thought it would give us more light, but it ruined our picture a little bit, but it doesn't matter. There we go, we are in and we are running. No problems at all. What you can also do, if you want to muck around a little bit, is plug in your, I think there's the same plug that goes onto your long cable. So you can sort of bypass it and come down through here if you want to. But then you're directly mounted to the board. So you might want to, I don't know, put a knot or some sort of up here some way so you're not pulling on the board all the time. So there you go. Mine's working again. I'm pretty happy. Very easy to do. A couple of minutes and you're done. As I said, just be a little bit careful. Couple of plugs, couple of screws, and you're done. Cheers. Hope that helps someone. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share. Thanks to my patrons, because without them, these videos won't happen. Take it easy. Cheers. G'day to the new patrons, Dale, Irene, Matthew, Michael, and Nicholas. You'll appear after the next cycle. Cheers and thanks.